I'm Luke Westway for CNET here at Mobile World Congress 2013 in Barcelona. We're at HTC stand taking a look at the HTC One, specifically some of the camera software that you get with this phone. Now this mobile is absolutely bursting with filters and editing tricks, so let's see exactly what you get. So the HTC One's camera software is split into two modes. There's normal shooting mode and something called Zoe mode. We're going to talk about both, but first let's just go over what the normal features are. So down here in the bottom, if you want to take pictures, you get loads of filters which you can apply as you go. I really like this. It makes it very, very easy to get some quite crazy looking shots. If you tap up here in the corner, you can see loads more settings. There's a night mode and an HDR mode. If you put these modes on, then you won't be able to apply those scenes you just saw, so that's something to bear in mind. As you can see, you get video options as well, including the ability to record in slow motion. So that looks particularly good, maybe if you're shooting sports or moving animals, something quite exciting. You also get HDR video, so if you're trying to capture something really colourful, that could come in handy. And as you can see, there are loads and loads and loads of other regular camera features. You can adjust the ISO and the white balance, the size of the pictures you take, that kind of thing. Once you've taken a picture, you're going to want to edit it, and happily there are absolutely loads of things you can do to your pictures. So you can apply even more effects like this, which will definitely make anyone who's into Instagram happy. You can also flip them like this, which is a feature that I haven't seen before. That's quite unusual, I like that. And if you're editing video, you can trim that as well. You also get retouch options. These would be pretty good if you're taking close-up portrait photos. I think you can change the contours of people's face, and there's things like an eye enhancer and a skin smoothing effect. Okay, so that's a brief overview of normal mode. What about Zoe mode? So you tap this icon up here, which turns this little camera icon blue, and that indicates that you've gone into Zoe mode. Now what Zoe mode does is it means that when you press the shutter, it actually captures 3 seconds of video, specifically 3 seconds with 20 images. You can see along the bottom this camera fills up red, and there you go, and then it's taken. Once you've taken a picture in Zoe mode, you can use this slider along the bottom to go frame by frame and find exactly the one you want. I quite like this one, so then I just press up in the corner here and go save frame. Zoe mode uses the camera's memory to actually start recording video before you press the shutter. If you have a look on the timeline here, this small white mark indicates the point where you actually press the button, and you can see you can scroll to before that point. It's very cool. So because Zoe mode has this reserve of 20 images stored up in one short video, there's quite a lot you can do with that. If you go to edit and use the retouch menu, here, unlike when you're editing normal photos, you get some extra options. So one of the coolest ones is sequence shots. So if I press this, I'm just gonna have to spin the phone around, sorry. What this does is it lets you choose from 5 frames that show the actual photo, and you can choose to pick individual bits from the Zoe video and merge them into one clip. So here's the guy swinging on a bar, and I've chosen the 3 frames that show him actually swinging. So you can get some really cool action scenes. Again, if you're into sports, this is something I think you'll like. Another feature is called Always Smile. So again, if I tap retouch, press Always Smile here, it will identify faces in your group Zoe photo, and then you can tap on each one and slide along so that you can find the point at which everyone's grinning. I've only been able to try this using HTC's very, very glossy, high value demo shots, so we don't really know how well this will work in a real world situation. You'll have to wait for the full review. One more Zoe feature is object removal. So the idea with this one is that if someone has walked into your Zoe shot, or if there's something in the picture that you don't want to be there, you can strike it from the record. Here you can see there are these 2 people walking in the background, and the software automatically identifies things it thinks you might not want in the frame, and you can just tap them to remove them. I tried using this on a non-HTC photo, just the things I was shooting at the stand, and it was quite dark conditions, so it wasn't perfect, but it certainly didn't work quite as well as this. So expect mixed results. So loads of options for taking videos, but to be honest, my favorite thing about the HTC One's camera software is one that takes all of the editing effort out of the process. If you go into the gallery, then things are sorted by events, and the phone will automatically mash up your photos and videos into a 32-second clip. It can do this based on location, so for example, if you go out to the zoo, take loads of photos and video, then when you get home they'll all be grouped together and you can quickly press one button and they'll all be mashed into this video. If you don't like the way it looks, there's a shuffle button down here and that will randomly basically throw everything into the mix again and spit out a completely different video. Impressively, there are some cool filters here as well, so again, for the Instagram crowd, if you want something to quickly put on Facebook that's going to look quite trendy, this will absolutely have you covered. So absolutely loads you can do with this phone. My only concern at the moment really is that there are so many features it can feel a little bit overwhelming. I'm Luke Westray for CNET and this is the HTC One.